Welcome back. We are here on a Monday. Me and Sam, we got a couple hours to knock some stuff out together. So the plan for today is to seal up the bottom end, get this upper and lower oil pan on and sealed up so that RTV can all dry and everything. It's not RTV, it's FIPG. But yeah, Sam's working on the finishing touches here, cleaning up after my mess and doing a much better job because he does this for a job. I'm excited to get this thing on and to get the bottom of this sealed up so we can focus on the rest of it after this. This will be all new parts.
Looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it is looking good, and we'll get into it and I'll show you that.
The trick with all the RTV in all these holes in these channels here is to kind of scrape the edges. It also, like in these channels here, it'll come up from the bottom pretty easily, but it always sticks to the sides and in the very ends and stuff. So if you just kind of use a pick or even a real small screwdriver or something, and you just kind of go along the sides and you try to hold it kind of straight up so you're like scraping the sides of this channel, and same thing with these holes, it'll pull the RTV away from the walls and then everything just flakes right off. Mostly, well, okay, so look at this one. So you can see most of the RTV is out of there, but there's still that kind of layer, this kind of thin layer all around on everything.
Yeah.
And this would be okay. I mean, you could run it like this, but since we're cleaning it, I like to try and get everything that I can, at least until I run out of time. So if we just push along the walls.
Yeah, boom. Wow.
I mean, look how much came out.
That's instantly, wow.
And all I was doing is going around. Obviously, it also hits the bottom, but really what I'm concentrating on is scraping the outside edge, the walls of that little channel there. And now it's, now it's almost 100% clean.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, we're going to keep plugging away at this and just kind of getting it ready to mount. So after we get this kind of cleaned up a little bit more, like I said, it doesn't do it justice, but I spent a long time cleaning this thing last night, and I cleaned up everything over here. So I've got the like baffle or whatever you want to call that. And then I've got the pickup, and I've got this pan. So I got everything all cleaned up and looking good. I know Uncle Johnny's going to be ashamed of me for not using like a toothpick to, individually scrape out all of this, but this looks way better than it did. Like I've said to Uncle Johnny countless times now, I'm not putting mirrors under my car when I stop somewhere.
Yeah.
That's for the lowrider build. Sam, what kind of lowrider would we build?
I don't know. A Nissan hardbody?
Nissan, no. Mini trucks.
Yeah.
Mini trucking.
I like that.
Okay, cool.
I think what I might do is use a drill bit by hand.
Yeah.
For these holes.
So Sam's using just a bit. Oh, look at that. That works well.
It's not perfect, but...
Feeling good about this, Sam?
Yeah.
I'm going to spritz this whole middle down, but the sealing surface is what we're really looking at here, and that is looking fresh.
Yeah, what about this side for the lower?
Oh, I scraped that with a razor. I'm sure you're just going to clean it up with a thing in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll clean up nicely.
Better than I could. Oh, that looks really nice. Holy heck. Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah, wow. Okay, sweet. Happy with that. So we just brushed up on oil pump installation from the Real Street video, which is very helpful. Just video inception. We're watching YouTube videos to make YouTube videos about.
Yeah.
And Sam, according to the Real Street guy, Jay, he said to put a little silicone on here, which is what we're doing right now. And then we're going to install the front main seal first.
Yeah. Silicone lubricant, to be clear, not like an RTV or a silicone sealant.
Yeah, this
Which
is
was
just,
initially actually what I thought he meant at first. But then I saw him, he picked up an aerosol can of silicone spray and just sprayed up, which we don't have, but this is fine.
And then I got these cool tools from Tripas Garage.
It's 3D printed seal installer.
Yeah, which is pretty nice. And he pushed it in my hand. So we're going to do the same thing here.
Or not?
Or not.
Oh, yeah.
Are you getting it? You getting it?
Mm-hmm. It just went a little crooked at first.
This is kind of a cool way to install a front main seal because you can see where it's going.
Yeah.
It's not like just blind like normally.
I think that's good.
Okay.
Go give it a couple taps just to feel it. Yeah, I think it's good.
And for reference, this is a Powerhouse Racing modified 2JZ GTE one. I went back and forth on this a lot. You want to look at the diagram too, Sam? It's right there.
For
How to put it on.
how to put what on?
The sealant, the
Oh.
FIPG.
Well, I guess if you want to pull it up.
Just wanted to show Sam this. We're using the manual here. So as long as we follow this, then we should be good. Sam's dabbing it up. And I also checked with Powerhouse Racing and verified that they do pre-lubricate these oil pumps because they have their marks on here that they took everything apart, and I didn't want to have to take it all apart again if I didn't have to. So I messaged them and they said they do lubricate them, unlike some of the ones from Toyota that have been having issues lately. So Emmy's always got the dab method.
Well, I don't have a nozzle.
Oh, okay. So just here you have the dab method.
Well, I mean, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Let's try to make it as even as possible and try and get it into that little groove in there. So you gotta kind of force it in. So I'm trying to push it as I extrude it from the tube. I don't want to do too much, but I want to make sure that there's something there to squish and fill in all the gaps.
Okay, so after watching the video, the Real Street one, he said not to fill in these secondary ones, even though the manual says that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Real Street Garage guy because
Yeah.
he has put together a billion of these. We've got our O-rings in. That's awesome. I'll go grab more bolts. Then we'll get this thing cranked down and torqued. We've got the pump on here. We got all the hardware on there. Front main seal is installed. And now Sam is going to start torquing it down. These go to 15 foot-pounds. Cool.
It's torqued.
Yes. Okay. So then there's two more down here, which I have in the hardware. I know where that is at. Okay. All right. Now we have a fresh surface. We've got brand new front main seal and got a little bit of this peeking out here, which is good. Onto upper oil pan. I'm going to make sure it's all cleaned out.
Upper, yeah.
Cool.
Oil pump had to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we realized the rear main has to go on too. So
This one's for Stefan right here. Stefan cost me $50, one hammer blow.
I got it mostly in there by hand already.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, and that's why Sam is a master technician. Just kidding. I love you, Stefan. We both love you. It is worth noting, there is a little, from the way it was sitting in the gasket kit, I bought the OEM gasket kit, and Sam noticed there's a little tweak in there. So hopefully that guy finds a nice home on the Crank Boss. And again, we're using these tools. I think it's maybe $30 for these. That is well worth the money.
Well worth it.
Let me tell you. I've done it without these things, and it's kind of always been a pain.
And what I'm doing is I'm just feeling the edges of this housing versus the top of the seal to try and make sure it's even all the way around. So even though it looks like I'm just dicking around over here, trying to make sure it's the same all the way. Just a tiny bit more up there. Okay, I like that.
Cool. That's how it's looking. And then got a couple more bolts to clean up, and Sam can start with the other ones, and we'll start installing that. We've got that on there.
Got a little gasket
There's
material.
two little dowels, which is kind of nice.
Just trying to push the seal around the edges of the crank.
Hmm. Get your finger.
No, a little bit.
All right, so Sam, we got the rear main seal all on there, which is pretty nice.
Sorry
And Sam,
about
no, you're good. It's like porn.
that.
Get your leg out of the way. So Sam's just doing a little dab here, dab there on all these corners. And then how do you feel about the part that I screwed up? Is that fine?
That's fine. That right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
You want to do like one little finger right there?
No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. All right. So Sam's got the pan. He's the man with the pan.
This is the back, right? Yep.
That is the back. And there's
Big old
some
bell
dowels
housing.
here.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, which makes it kind of nice.
Got our O-ring there for the pickup tube that was in there. Checked that right before we did it.
Okay. Cool.
Throw some bolts in there and
So Swami's headed out, and I am going to keep plugging away here just to get this upper oil pan on, and probably keep going to get the lower oil pan on as well. Bye, Sam. Oh, that thing looks sick. So here's all the bolts cleaned up, and then I'm going to start kind of going around, putting everything in place to get ready to torque it down. So the 12 millimeter bolts are torqued down to 15 foot-pounds, and then the larger 14 millimeter bolts, those go to 29 foot-pounds. And I'll put a little thing up on the screen here. We'll get everything kind of hand tightened down, and then we'll go to torquing everything. So continuing on with the installation of the lower oil pan. I know this is weird because I have it upside down, but I put the oil baffle in and the oil strainer, which I clean the heck out of all this stuff, and really used a ton of degreaser, rinsed it all out, got it as clean as I possibly could because I'm obviously paranoid about having any metal or any RTV or anything like that. So basically every bolt in here gets torqued down to 8.8 Newton meters. It's like 78 inch-pounds. I'll put it up on the screen here like I did for the rest of the video, just so that you know if you're going through the process. So I've got this set here, and I'm just going to go around. This is really the only one that I didn't do at this point. It's not a lot, honestly. I'm going to just go through here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. And I was actually watching a video, and they somebody had one of these broken off in the block or in this upper oil pan, and they just ran it with whatever bolts they could do, the Pure Function guy. So, I mean, you know, it can be done, but if you can avoid it, just do the right torque spec. And then I'm going to get this right here for the oil strainer. So I'll crank this down. You know, maybe for a good crush, I'll go a little bit at a time here. There's a gasket in here that you don't want to forget. It has a tab, and you can actually see that tab right here. which is sort of a nice feature of it so that you can verify. You can see this little, that's really hard to see. I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's just a little black tab right here. And that means that you've got the gasket in there. So, got the gasket in, and that's to torque, and that is to torque. All right, got that and that. And then these bottom, the lower oil pan bolts were just super dirty, so I spent like literally the last hour here hanging out with Jolie and doing these bad boys. So so these are all nice and clean. Next, what I need to do, I'm going to kind of just, this surface looks good. I might just wipe it down quick, and then I'm going to do the FIPG and plop the pan down here. All right, so next we're going to do this. And I'm just going to run, like I said, a quick bead across here. And then you go just on the inside of these holes. And this has like a 5-minute time. So, you know, within 5 minutes you need to be trying to just fill these back parts a little bit more just to make sure I have enough over there, because I mean it's going to go into those, you know. How do I flip it? Oh.
I believe it.
Okay. I'm gonna hold this little lip here. Wait. What did I hit over there? I think that's on the inside. Okay. Now we need to get these bolts on and give it that good squish. Here I see a little bit coming out of the sides, which I like. All right, so I have the lower oil pan on and looking good. That's all set up here. And once again, all these bolts here are still torqued to 8.8 Newton meters, or I think it's like 78 foot-pounds. I'll put it on the screen again. But you get the idea. This is all buttoned up now, and now we can start working on the other side, which is a lot more fun. That is how you seal up the whole bottom end, essentially. Upper oil pan, lower oil pan, oil pump and front main seal, and rear main seal. So we did a lot and got a lot accomplished. I had to finish up that lower oil pan this evening, but now we'll be able to continue on with the head and getting the ARP head studs in and torquing that all down. From there, we're going to go to measuring for shimless buckets. So we're going to have to basically time this thing, get it all back together, and then take our measurements with the feeler gauges and order up those shimless buckets in the correct sizes after we do the calculation. So we'll do a video going through that, but that's where we're at for right now. So we'll get back to you with that video and torquing the head down and the sequence you need to do it in, and everything in regards to that. So thanks for watching, and hope you're enjoying this series as I kind of just put this thing back together in my garage. And I'm excited to show you guys the next video after that, and really excited to get this thing started up. So hopefully you guys will follow along, see this thing get started, and see what kind of power we can make on the dyno. I'm just, every night I get closer to it, and I couldn't be more excited. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Sam's leaving right now, but thank you for watching. He's got to go. But thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe.